Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's B Pink here, getting ready for week 5 of NFL's Thursday. We've got a Thursday night football game tonight. Um, whoa. Sitting in front of some of the pipes because it's October and decided to do a little sober October kick. I'm going to try to go at least 10 days, maybe the full 30 with no weed. But for the fans of weed, here's some Kim Sis. Anyway, let's get into football. Shout out to all the people from iVlog who follow me on here. Energy Outlaw, what's up? Jackson, what's good? We got... let's go through last week real quick. Actually, last week was a tough week. A lot of people lost. A lot of underdogs won. So a lot of the sharper professional sports gamblers, I feel, had one of the toughest weeks of the season, myself included. My picks here on YouTube, I actually went 5-5 against the spread, which that's slight loss with juice. But I actually lost 4.7 units, including the juice and everything, because I had a couple big teasers that both lost. Lost basically 4 of those units on teasers. So puts my overall season record at 26-15 against the spread, which is 63.4%, and just up 7.25 units now after that kind of rough week. Had some good picks and some bad ones mixed together. Had the Eagles Thursday night. They won straight up as an underdog. Had the Browns Sunday morning. They won straight up as an underdog. Had the Redskins. They got blown out. That was a horrible pick. They were on a short week. Their receiver's injured, and they're just trash. So that's shitty in hindsight. Dolphins had a 7-0 lead and 15.5 point spread. Still couldn't cover. Chiefs were lucky to win. They didn't cover. Had the Bills +7. They were unlucky not to win, but they covered the spread by 1. Tennessee is a dog, 1 straight up. Saints is a dog, 1 straight up. Lost on Bengals on Monday night badly. And then I actually added this pick Sunday morning. I meant to say the Vikings, and I said the Saints. So I do these videos kind of as a journal for myself to keep track of my record. So I'm going to be very honest. I'm always going to include all the juice. I'm going to include all the plays. So even on the play where I said the Saints, I meant the Vikings. That's one of my losers. So yeah, that was that week. Hopefully we'll have a better week this week, which I have a feeling we will. Tonight we got Rams at Seattle. Seattle is favored 1.5 points. 49.5 is the total. 64% of the tickets are currently on the Rams. 58% of cash is on the Rams, so maybe a slight sharp action with Seattle. I've talked on Thursday night about how in the last couple of years the home team on Thursday night's done really well. Seattle typically does really well in the primetime spot. Russell Wilson always balls out. So despite these things, I'm going to go half a unit on the Rams. The Rams got blown out bad last week against Tampa. They were given 9, and they just got blown out by Winston and crew. Despite that, I'm still going to go with the Rams. I think the Rams are a slightly better team here, and I expect them to do well tonight. So I'm going to go half a unit. Let's go down to Sunday. We got first game on the board, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh coming off the big win on Monday night, blowing out the shitty Bengals. Ravens coming off a tough loss. You know, I was high on the Ravens early in the season. I had their season total win over. I bet them to win the North. They started out hot, blew up Miami week 1. We're lucky to beat Arizona week 2. Week 3, they had a tough loss against KC. And then last week, they were upset by the Browns. So I think the Ravens are going to be okay, but their defense doesn't look as good as it was in years past. And Pitt looked really good. Their defense was... I didn't watch all of the game. I had to listen to part of it on the radio. But their defense looked great last week. I'm going to go ahead and take the Steelers here. I'm going to take Steelers plus 3.5, minus 120 for half a unit. Going on to the next game. this is the London game, the Bears and Raiders. Raiders coming off that big upset win. The Bears favored 5.5, 40.5 is the total. I'm going to take half a unit on the Bears. Raiders got blown out in London last time. They're coming off that big win, and they traveled directly to London after the game. I like the Bears. Chase Daniels is going to start instead of Trubisky. I like him better than Trubisky. Half unit Bears minus 5.5. Next, we got Cardinals and Bengals. Bengals -3, -120, and 47 is the total. Tempted to take the Cards. I'm just going to go ahead and lean with the Cards right now. The owner passed away this week, Bidwell. The Bengals are just bad. Arizona's not playing well either, but I expect a better performance this week than last week, despite being on the road. But it's going to be a lean for now. Next game on the board, we got Carolina Panthers favored 3.5 against Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minshew Magic. 41's the total. I'm going to skip this game. Definitely leaning with the Jags plus those points, but I'm going to skip it for now. Maybe on Sunday morning when I do my second video, it will be a play. We'll see. Moving down the line, Vikings 5.5 at New York Giants. Giants coming off 2 wins with Daniel Jones. Vikings coming off a shitty loss to the Bears. Everyone's not happy with Kirk Cousins' performance, myself included, since I lost on them last week. Stefon Diggs sat out. He's mad. I think they're going to win this game. I'm not sure on the spread. The Vikings, that is. I'm going to go ahead and skip this game for now. No lean or anything like that. And as far as the leans go, I don't really keep track of those, my record or anything. Last week, I had a lean on the Panthers, which I should have took. I just feel sometimes in sports gambling, the hardest to take pick is the best one because, that's just how it goes. It's that play that no one wants to take. So leans, what I'm getting at is my leans, I would imagine, are going to do well this year, but I'm not keeping track of the record. I just had that one lean last week that won. So Patriots favored 15 at the Redskins. I guess it went from 16 to 15 because New England's kicker's on the IR and they're trying to sign a new kicker. I don't think they even need a kicker for the Redskins. I'm take a half unit on the big old 15. Half unit Patriots minus 15. I think that's the first time I might have took them this season. Next, we got Jets at Eagles. Eagles favored 13. 44 is the total. I'm going to skip that game. I don't like that spread. Might take the Eagles for my Survivor pool. Last week I was lucky. I talked about taking the Colts in Survivor. I switched off and had Chiefs, which Chiefs were lucky to win, so I survived. Next, we got New Orleans Saints favored 3 minus 120 against Tampa Bay. 46.5 is the total. I like Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay seems to play the Saints tough. Division rivalry. I like the way the Saints defense is playing. I like the way the Buccaneers defense is playing. Saints played a great defensive game last week. They held the Cowboys to 10 points? They shut down Ezekiel, and then Dak couldn't do anything against them either. So their Saints defense did look better, but I meant to be talking about the Bucs. I'm going to go Bucs +3, +100. We'll just say half a unit for now. Moving along, Atlanta Texans. You know what? Make that Bucs for a full unit. It might be square to try to go after the Bucs after that big upset last week, but I'm going to do it anyway. 1 unit for the Bucs. Next game, Texans favored 5 at Falcons. 49 is the total. I'm just going to skip that game. Texans should win, but they seem to just win close games. Skipping that game. Tennessee Titans are favored 3 at home over Buffalo Bills. 38.5 is the total. Both the Titans had that big win last week in Atlanta. Bills, I'm not sure on the status of Josh Allen, so I'm just going to skip the game and wait till Sunday. If anything, I'll have picked then. Moving down the line, Broncos playing in LA Chargers. Chargers 6.5 point favorite, 44.5. Broncos 0-4. They should be desperate for a win. Chargers still have a ton of injuries they're dealing with, and they don't have a great home field advantage. I like Broncos +6.5, half unit on that game. Moving down, Packers, Cowboys. Cowboys favored 3.5, -105. Both teams coming off rough loss. Packers defense looked horrible against the Eagles. Last year, Cowboys-Packers game, I believe I took the Cowboys and the Packers upset them, but I could be remembering that wrong. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go Cowboys. They're minus 3.5, minus 105. I normally don't buy half points, but you know what? Fuck it. 3.5, 105, half unit. I was thinking about buying it at 3, but I don't want to spend that extra money on it. Sunday night football, Colts at Chiefs. Chiefs favored 11, 56 the total. I'm going to skip that game. And then Monday night football, we got 49ers favored 3.5, 46.5 against the Browns. I'm going to skip that game too. It's tough. I was leaning towards the Browns earlier, but I don't know. I think undefeated 49ers coming off a bye, playing at home on Monday night football are going to be fired up. They don't seem to cover a lot as in the favorite role, but I'm just going to skip that game for now. I do videos on Monday, so maybe I'll have a pick by then. So that's it. Just to recap my current Week 5 picks, we got Rams, half unit, plus 1.5. Steelers, plus the 3.5, minus 120 for half unit. Bears, minus 5.5, half unit. And then, let's see, moving down. Patriots minus 15 for half unit. Bucks plus 3, plus 100 for a full unit. And then Broncos plus 6.5, half unit. Cowboys minus 3.5, minus 105 for half unit. And that's it. That's everything. If you guys watch all the way through, thank you. Appreciate you guys watching these videos. I'm going to keep posting them even though I don't get a ton of views. Like I said, I do it for myself, kind of for a journal. So anyone watching, appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the comments. That's it. Have a great day. Thank you.